Good afternoon, everyone. I am Adam Pavelka, Managing Broker of the Hastings office of Agri Affiliates. Welcome to this absolute real estate auction for the Ted E. Delka Revocable Trust. Agri Affiliates appreciates the opportunity to work with the Delka family, and we appreciate your attendance today. Today we'll be offering the Delka property in 2 parcels for sale at absolute auction. We encourage you to bid if you have interest, as the property will sell today to the highest bidder. For many years, Agri Affiliates has had the tradition of recognizing veterans and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance at the start of our auctions. Would all veterans and active duty service people please stand and remain standing. Thank you for your service. Now would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have several of Agri Affiliates team members helping with today's auction, starting with Tony Eggleston, our company president from our North Platte office. Also from our North Platte office, we have Bonnie Downing, Bruce Dodson, and Dave Moshik. And from our Kearney office, we have Mike Wilkin. Our production crew includes Dennis and Donovan McConnell of Decado Production from North Platte. Our auctioneer today is Dan Muirhead. Dan is a team member of our North Platte office, but resides in Overton, Nebraska. You may place your bids to any of our ringmen, to the auctioneer, or myself. Today we will be offering internet bidding through Agri Affiliates mobile platform. Our bidding platform is now available with an app on your mobile devices. Download the Agri Affiliates app and you can watch and bid from your phone. Mike Wilkin will be clerking the auction and placing internet bids. This internet bidding platform allows Agri Affiliates to live stream the auction for viewers to follow along if they are unable to attend in person. Bruce Dodson will be operating the bidder card PowerPoint, and Bonnie Downing will operate the property information PowerPoint. The left screen will present information on the property. The right screen will record the bidder number and bid amounts as we go through the bidding process. Today we will be taking bids in total dollars. The spreadsheet will calculate the price per acre based on the surveyed acres shown on the spreadsheet. The purchase agreement to be signed at the conclusion of the auction will utilize total dollars. There is no guarantee of exact acres in the property. This is strictly a mathematical calculation to establish dollars per acre. We also may have ringmen that will receive phone bids. Today's auction will be recorded. Our process for today's auction: we will offer each parcel individually. After a first round of bidding, we will take a short recess and then continue with the second round of bidding. If needed, we will continue to hold additional rounds of bidding until bidding is complete. This is an absolute real estate auction for the Ted E. Delka Revocable Trust. The purchase agreements and title insurance commitment were available through Agri Affiliates prior to the auction. Announcements the day of the auction take precedence over all printed or oral statements. Terms and conditions of this sale. This cash sale requires a 15% earnest deposit at signing of the purchase agreement immediately following the auction. The balance of the purchase price is payable in certified funds at closing on or before February 23rd, 2024. There is no contingency for financing. Sellers to convey title by trustee's deed with title insurance evidencing merchantable title. Cost of title insurance and insured closing by the title company will be shared 50-50 by the seller and buyer. Property sales subject to easements, rights-of-way, zoning, and restrictions of record, but free and clear of all liens. The property sells in as-is condition. No warranties expressed or implied as to the adequacy of any portion of the property. Locations of the parcels. Parcel 1 from Red Cloud, Nebraska, 8.5 miles east on Highway 136 to the northwestern corner of the property. Parcel 2 from Red Cloud, Nebraska, 9 miles east on Highway 136, then 1 mile south on Road 2100, then a quarter mile to the west to the southeastern corner of the property. Full possession of this property will be granted at closing, subject to the existing farm lease through February 28th, 2024. All owned oil, gas, and mineral rights will pass to the buyer. Seller shall pay the 2023 real estate taxes, buyer to pay all 2024 and subsequent year real estate taxes. Parcel 1 is subject to occupational tax. This property is located in and subject to the rules and regulations of the Lower Republican Natural Resource District. Reported acreages were obtained from the County USDA FSA office, County Assessor, and from a legal survey. The parcels sell without regard to an exact number of acres. No warranty is expressed or implied as to exact acres. The legal descriptions are subject to existing fence and field boundaries. Historic base acres passed to the buyer of Parcel 1, subject to County FSA Committee approval. Land uses on these parcels include pivot irrigated cropland, non-irrigated cropland, pasture, and a building improvement site. Information provided has been obtained from sources deemed reliable. We have no reason to doubt the accuracy, but the information is not guaranteed. Buyers should verify all information. Announcements the day of sale take precedence over printed or prior oral statements. Agri affiliates and all agents are acting as agents of the sellers. All maps, other than the survey provided by Agri affiliates, are approximations and general guidelines. They are not intended to be survey accurate. As with any agricultural land, this property may include noxious weeds. In review, we will accept bids in total dollars on the individual parcels. We will record the bidder number and bid amounts and take a short recess. We will then conduct a second round of bidding. We may have multiple rounds of bidding. If during the auction there is a reasonable request for a break from the bidding public, we will take a short break before continuing with the auction. Are there any questions about our auction process or terms of this auction? If we have no questions on the process or terms of the auction, I will now introduce parcel number 1. Parcel number 1 is the east half of the northeast quarter and the east half of the southeast quarter of Section 5, Township 1 North, Range 9 West of the 6th Principal Meridian, Webster County, Nebraska, less the pasture and building site. A survey has been completed on Parcel 1. The surveyed acres are 139.4. The estimated 2022 real estate taxes are $10,935.99. Note this parcel is subject to occupational tax. Land use is center pivot irrigated cropland and non-irrigated cropland. The FSA records show an estimated total farmland acres of 141.63, estimated total cropland acres of 141.63. The government base acres are as follows. Wheat, 11.86 acres with a PLC yield of 35 bushels. Corn, 65.25 base acres with a PLC yield of 102 bushels. Grain sorghum, 23.45 acres with a PLC yield of 76 bushels. And finally, soybeans, 10.47 acres with a PLC yield of 34 bushels. Water rights include 2 well registrations, G062962, the irrigation well, and G132509, the stock well. There are 141.6 certified irrigated acres as reported by the Lower Republican Natural Resource District. Irrigation equipment includes the diesel power unit and well, 2 T&L center pivot irrigation systems. The T&L pivots are both powered by their own diesel power units, and the existing fuel tanks are also included. Soils on this parcel include Geary and Hobbs soils and Holdridge silt loam. This is a productive center pivot and non-irrigated cropland farm with quality irrigation equipment located on a state highway and near competitive grain markets. Dan, we do have an opening bid of $500,000 from an internet bidder. Let's find a new owner.
Okay, Adam, thank you very much. As Adam mentioned, we do have an opening bid of $500,000 on parcel number 1. If there's no further questions, we'll work from there. $500,000, $550,000, $550,000. Parcel number 1, $500,000, $550,000, $500,000, $550,000, $500,000, $550,000, and $500,000, $525,000, and $520,000, $520,000, $525,000, and $520,000, $500,000 bid. $525,000, $525,000, $525,000, and a $520,000, $520,000, $525,000 at this time. $500,000 bid. $520,000, $525,000. Let's record that bid, Bruce, of $500,000, and we have the internet bidder card of number 2. Okay, Adam.
Thank you, Dan. Next, moving on to parcel number 2, which is the pasture and building site located in the east half of the southeast quarter of Section 5, Township 1 North, Range 9 West of the 6th Principal Meridian, Webster County, Nebraska. The surveyed acres are 17.94, and the estimated 2022 real estate taxes are $2,689.37. The land use includes a building site and pasture. There is a registered well on the farm, which is G-097211. This property includes a 1,365 square foot, 5-bedroom house. The house has vinyl siding, a newer propane furnace with a newer air conditioning unit, a Culligan water softener, reverse osmosis system, a wood pellet stove, and a newer pump in the submersible well. There also has been a new electric water heater installed within the last 3 years. The property has 2 outbuildings with cement floors. Note that items of personal property on this parcel will sell with the Tri-City Auction Center of Hastings on an online auction running now through Sunday, January 14th at 7 p.m. This includes 55 kennel panels which surround the lots to the west of the house. Dan, we do have an opening bid of $50,000 here in the room with us today. Let's find a new owner.
Sounds good, Adam. Thank you. We'll move to parcel number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Parcel number 2. As Adam mentioned, we do have an opening bid of $50,000. 50, now 55. $55,000 on parcel number 2. 50,000, 55. And 50, now 50, down $55,000, 50,000, now 55. And 55,000 on parcel number 2. 50,000's bid, 55. $55,000, 50, down 5, 55. 55,000, 50,000's bid, 55. And now 50, down 55. 50, down 55. 55, now 60, now $60,000, 55,000 bid here, now 60, now 60,000, now 5, and $65,000 on parcel number 2, 65, and $60,000, 65, 5, 65, $65,000, 60,000, now 70, now $70,000, 65, $70,000 parcel number 2, now 5, and $70,000's bid here, 75, $75,000, 70, now 70, 5, 75, $75,000 on parcel number 2, and 80, now $80,000, 80, now 5, 85, $85,000, 80,000 bid, now 85, now 90, $90,000, 90,000, Tony, your bidder's out, $90,000, now 5, 95, $95,000, 90,000's bid, now 95, 90, 95, now 100,000. $100,000, now 5, 105, parcel number 2, 105, and $105,000, and 100,000 bid, now 10, $110,000, now 15, $115,000, 115, $115, now 20, $120,000, now 5, 120, 125, and 120, 125, now 30, and 130,000, now 5, 130, 35, $135,000, now 40, 140, now 5, $145,000, 140,000 bid, now 45, 140, now 5, 140,000's bid here, 145. Anyone else at this time? 145,000, 140,000 on parcel number 2, 145,000 at this time. Let's record that bid, please, Bruce, of 140,000. Tony? Bidder card 433. Bidder card 433. Adam, should we take about a 5-minute recess? Yes. Okay. Folks, about a 5-minute recess. If you need to make a phone call, discuss it with a business partner or a spouse, take this time to do that. There is some coffee, and I see a tray of cookies out in the lobby. Help yourself to those right now. If you have any questions in regards to the property, get a hold of Adam or any of the Agri affiliates personnel. Again, take about a 5-minute recess. We'll come back and offer parcels 1 and 2 again.
All right, folks. We're going to resume here with the second round of bidding, and just as a reminder, this is an absolute sale. So in terms of this properties, both of these parcels will sell to the highest bidder. I know with the forecast, we all probably want to get things wrapped up so we can all get down the road and batten down the hatches. So Dan, without further ado, take us to round 2.
All right, Adam, thank you. Folks, at the end of the first round of bidding, $500,000 was the current high bid on parcel number 1, held by bidder card number 2. And parcel number 2, 140,000, the current high bid, to bidder card 433. We'll go back and visit parcel number 1. We'll take bids on parcel number 1, 500, 525, 525,000, parcel number 1, 500, 525, now 50, $550,000, 520, 550, internet's out, 550, 520, down 50, $550,000, parcel number 1, 550, 525,000, 550, 550,000, parcel number 1, 525, 550, and $550,000, 520, 550, all internets are out, $550,000, 520, 550,000, parcel number 1, 525,000 bid, 550, $550,000, 520, anyone else at this time? 525, 500, now 75, $575,000, 550, 570, parcel number 1, 575, and 550, now 600, $600,000, now 25, and 620, down 20, down $625,000, and a $600,000 bid, 625, and a 620, down 20, down 20, $625, 625,000, parcel number 1, 600,000 bid, 625, and a 620, down 20, down 610. Now 20, $620,000, 610, 20, 610, 20, and $620,000, down $20,000, 610, 620, and $620,000, parcel number 1, 610, $620,000, 610, $620,000, you're out here, and $610, $20,000, 620, $620,000, 620, $620,000, 610,000 bid, 620, 620,000 at this time, $620,000, and $610, $20,000, 610, 20, 620,000, 620,000 at this time, 620,000. Let's record that bid, Bruce, 610,000, and goes to bidder card 432. Thank you, 432. We'll move to parcel number 2, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the first round, 140,000. On parcel number 2, we'll work from there. 145, 145 on parcel number 2, 140,000, 145, and 140, $140,000, 145, now 50, and $150,000, 140, down 50, 100. Tony, your bidder's out. 150,000, 145, 50, now 5, $155,000, $150,000, 150, down 55, $155,000, 150,000 here, 150. And 150, now 60, $160,000, 160, now 5, $165,000, parcel number 2, $160,000, now 5, and $160,000, $165, $165,000 at this time, $160,000's bid here, $165, $165,000, $165. Let's record that bid, Bruce, please. 160,000. Bidder card remains the same at 433. 433. Adam, we had some action on both of them. Do you want to take another recess, or do you want to?
Let's take one more recess.
Okay, folks, just another recess. I will let you know, we will keep parcels 1 and 2 open. We will close them simultaneously, folks, at the end. So we'll keep parcels 1 and 2 open. We'll close them at the same time at the end of the auction. So again, absolute auction today. Take a couple minutes, make any phone calls if you need to, any discussions, any questions, get a hold of Adam or any of the other Agri affiliates personnel. We'll be just a couple minutes. If you need more, we'll allow it. If not, we'll get back to work. So thank you. Back together here and get close to finishing this auction here, Adam. So. Very good. Well, I think we've reached kind of the final moment, folks. I hope you've all taken your time to do your due diligence, and we'll go to parcel 1, parcel 2. Again, we're going to close both parcels simultaneously, so just so you can keep that in mind. So Parcel number 1 at the end of the last round, $610,000, was held by bidder card 432. Parcel number 1 will take bids again, $610,000, $620,000, $620,000, and $610,20, and $620,000, $20,000, $610,000, $620, and a $600. Internets are all out. $610,20, and a $620,000, $20,000, $610,20, and a $600, $20,000, $620, $620,000, $610,20, and a $600, $20,000, $620, $620,000, $610,20, $620,000, $600, try 'em again, $620,000, $620,000, $620, $620,000. That remains the same on parcel 1, $610,000 to bidder card 432. Parcel number 2 will take bids again on parcel number 2, $160,000 at the end of the last round, and $165,000, $165,000, $160,000, $165,000, and $160,000, $165,000. You're still out here. $165,000 and $160,000, $165,000, $160,000, $165,000, $165,000. Okay, that will remain the same at $160,000 to bidder card 433. Folks, final round, we'll visit parcel number 1, parcels number 2. When the bidding has ceased on both of them, we will sell the properties and get to the contract stages. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. Adam, anything more you want to say right now? Okay. Anyone need a minute or two? We will grant that if you need it. If not, we'll finish up the auction here. Okay, go back to parcel number 1. Parcel number 1, $610,000, $620,000, $610,20, and $615,000, $615,000. Help you all I can. And $615,000, $615, and a $615,000, $615, $600, help you any, $615,000, and $615,000, $615, $615,000, $615, 650. Anyone else on parcel number 1? $610,000, $615,000, and $610,15, and a $615,000. Internets are all out. $615,000, $615,000, $615,000, $615,000, $615,000. Okay, that will remain the same. Parcel number 2. Parcel number 2, $160,000, $165,000, $162,500, $162,500, $160,000. Bid here, $162,500, $160,000, $162,000, $500. Anyone else on parcel number 2? $162,500, $160,000. Bid, $162,500, $162,000, $500, $162,500. Parcel number 2, $162,500, $160,000. Bid, $162,000. Any further bids on parcel 2? $160,000 bid, asking $162,500, $162,500, $162,500. Tie them together. $162,500, $160,000 bid, $162,500, $162,500, $162,500, $160,000 bid, $162,500, $162,500, $162,500, $160,000 bid, $162,500. On parcel number 2, $160,000 bid, $162,500, $162,500. Okay, that will remain the same at $160,000. Bidder card 433. Parcel 1, $610,000, $620,000. $615,000, $615,000. Parcel number 1, $610,15, $615,000, $610,15, $615,000, $615,000, $615,000, $615,000, $615,000, $610,000 bid, $615,000, $615,000. $615,000, $610,000, $615,000, $615,000. Parcel number 1, $610,15, and $615,000, now 20. 620, parcel number 1, 615.20, $620,000, 615.20, $620,000, waiting to be 20, $620,000, waiting to be down 20, $620,000, 615.20, $620,000, don't lose it, 620, $615,000, 620, and $620,000, 615 to be $20,000, 620, 620, 620, 615, 620, 615, 20, 615, $20,000, 615, 20, and 615 to be $20,000, 620, $620,000, 615, 20, $620,000, I won't take less from him, 620, 615, 20, 615, 20, 615, 20, $620,000, 615, 20, 617.5. I'll do that. 617.5. Help you all I can. 617,500. 615, 617.5. 617,500. 617.5. 617,500. And a 600 now 17.5. Now 20. 620,000. The phone is out. 620. 617.5. 620. $620,000. 620. And a 617,500. 620. $620,000. 600. 17.5, 620, $620,000. The phone is out, Adam. 620, now 22.5, 622,500, 622. I need to practice. Don't worry about me. 622.5, 622,500, 620,000 bid. 622.5, 622,500, 620,000 bid. 622.5, 622,500, 622.5. Let's record that bid, 620,000 and 440. 440 is the new bidder card right here. Folks, we'll go to parcel number 2 again to see if there's more activity there. Parcel number 2, 160, 162.5, 162,500, 160,000 bid, 162,500, $160,000, $162,000, $500, $162,500, $162,500. Would you like back in, sir? 162,500. Anyone else on parcel number 2? 162,500, 160,000 bid, 162,500. 162.5. That will remain the same. 160,000. Bidder card 433. Bidder card 433. Folks, we're winding down. Does anybody need a minute or two? Anybody need a minute or two? Jeff, do you guys need a minute in the back? You want to take just a...
Like we said at the start, we said we'd take a reasonable request, and we've got deliberation both.
Folks, we're going to take just a short little recess right here.
Like
we got some discussing. We'll take a short little recess, guys. So again, I think there's still more coffee. I think I see a cookie or two still out there. So if you need an after-lunch snack, help yourself. 620,000 is the current high bid on parcel 1. 160,000 the current high bid on parcel 2. So just a couple minutes, folks, and we'll call you back and finish the auction. All right, folks, we'll thank you for your patience. We'll get back to the auction. Parcel number 1, 620,000. Parcel number 2, 160. We're getting close to the end here, folks. We'll give you every opportunity to bid, but we know your time is valuable also. So parcel number 1, 620,000 bid, 622.5, 622,500, 622.5. Now 5, 625. The phone is out. $625,000, 622,500. 625, $625,000, now 27.5, 627,500, both out here, 627.5, 625,000, 627.5, 627,500, and a $627,000, 500, 627.5, 625,000, 627.5, 627,500, and a 627.5, 627.5, 627,500. You're both out in-house. 627.5. 625,000 bid, 627.5. 627.5 on parcel number 1. 627.5. $625,000. 627,500. 627.5. 627,500. 627.5. 627.5. 600. Any further bids? 627.5. Now 30. 630,000. The phone is out. 627,500. $630,000. 630. 627,500. 630. $630,000. 627. Now 32.5. 632,500. 632.5 and $630,000. 632,500. 632.5. 632,500. The bid's on the phone. 630,000, 632,500, 632.5, 630,000 bid, 632.5, and a 632,500, 632.5, 632,500, 630,000 bid on the phone, 632,500, 632.5, 632.5, 632,500. We'll record that bid, 630,000, bidder card 440. We'll give you a second on parcel number 1. We'll move to parcel number 2, 160,000. 162.5, 162.5 on parcel number 1, 162.5, $160,000, 162.5, 161,000. Help you any? 160,000 parcel number 2, $161,000, 160,000, 161,000. That will remain the same, 160,000 to 433. We'll go back to parcel number 1. 632,500, 632.5, 630,000 bid, 632.5, and 632,500, 632,500, 632.5, and a 630. Now 5, 635,000, 635, 632,500, 630. The phone is out. 635 and a 630. 632,500, 635. Now 37.5, 637,500 and a 630. 637.5, 637,500, 637.5 and a 630. 37,500, 637,500. 637.5. 635,000 bid, 637.5. 637,500. 637.5. 635,000 bid, 637.5. 637,500 and 637,500, 637.5. 637,000. Did he help you any? Was it the answer you wanted? 637.5, 635, 637,500 and a $637,000, $500, 637.5, 637,500. We'll record that bid, 635,000. Still with bidder card 440. Parcel number 2, 160, 161. Anyone else? 161,000. Parcel 2, I'm giving you a second. 161, 160,000 bid. 161, 161, $161,000. Change your mind, Denny. 161, 161. Now 2, $162,000. Now 3, 163. 162, $163,000, 162, 163, 160, thank you, 163,000. Record that bid, Bruce, 162,000, remains with bidder card 433. Folks, we'll go to parcel number 1 again. Parcel number 1 again. 635, 637.5, 637.5, 635,000. The bid's on the phone. 637.5, 637. Anyone else on parcel number 1? 637,500, 637.5, 635,000 bid. 637,500. Change your mind in the back. Went back in. 630. Thanks for your help. 637.5, 637,500. Anyone else on parcel number 1? 637,500. That will remain the same, 635,000. Bidder card 440. Move to parcel 2, $162,000, $163,000, $163,000. Anyone else on parcel number 2? $163,000, $163,000, $162,000, $163,000, $163,000 on parcel number 2, $163,000. Okay, Bruce, that will remain the same, $162,000. Bidder card number 433. Folks, are there any further bids on parcel number 1 or parcel number 2? It would take $637,500 to make a raise on parcel 1 or $163,000 on parcel number 2. Are there any further bids on parcels 1 and 2 today, ladies and gentlemen? If not, we will conclude the auction here momentarily. Your final chance to bid. Parcel number 1, $637,500. Parcel number 2, $163,000. Any further bids on parcels number 1 or 2? We do want to thank each and every one of you for your attendance today. Thanks for your participation. Any further bids on parcels number 1 or 2? If not, we'll go ahead and conclude the auction. Any further bids? Going to say sold on parcels number 1 and 2. Parcel number 1 sold $635,000. Bidder card becomes buyer number 440, and parcel number 2 is sold at $162,000 to buyer number 433. Congratulations to the new owners. Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for your participation today. If any real estate services you're in need of, we'd be glad to talk to you. Real estate sales, management, appraisals. If you're in need of any of the services, we'd be glad to visit with you. If not, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a safe trip home. Happy New Year, and keep warm this weekend and stay safe. Thank you very much.